Now, Israel is facing a major diplomatic backlash over the airstrikes that resulted in the killings of 7 international aid workers who were providing food and other humanitarian aid to the Palestinians who at this moment are starving because of the Israeli blockade. Now, these aid workers were delivering the desperately needed food for the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli Defense Forces Chief of Staff, Herzi Halevi, has now issued an apology for the deadly Israeli airstrikes on an aid convoy in the Gaza Strip. And he says that this strike was the result of misidentification. Listen in.
Last night, 7 employees of the World Central Kitchen were killed. The IDF completed a preliminary debrief. I want to be very clear. The strike was not carried out with the intention of harming WCK aid workers. It was a mistake that followed a misidentification at night during a war in a very complex conditions. It shouldn't have happened.
Now, the Israeli Chief of Staff further added that an independent body will carry out a thorough investigation that will be completed in the coming days. The findings of the investigation will be shared with the World Central Kitchen and other relevant international organizations. On the other hand, Israel's closest ally, the United States, has also slammed the country over these strikes. Now, according to the White House, the US President Joe Biden is outraged, and he also says that he's heartbroken by the Israeli air bombing of this convoy that was on its way to provide humanitarian aid to the Palestinians. He's again calling on the Israelis to do more to protect the aid workers.
Of an IDF strike that killed a number of civilian humanitarian workers yesterday from the World Central Kitchen, which has been relentless in working to get food to those who are hungry in Gaza and, quite frankly, around the world. We send our deepest condolences to their families and loved ones.
The American president has also pointed out the difficulties which are being faced by the aid workers in the Gaza Strip. He said that the conflict has been one of the worst in terms of how many aid workers have been targeted very specifically and have been killed in this conflict by Israel. In a statement, Biden has said that the major reason as to why distributing humanitarian aid in the Gaza Strip has been so difficult is because Israel has not done enough to protect aid workers who are trying to deliver the desperately needed help to the Palestinians who at this moment are starving because of the Israeli blockade. Now, following the airstrikes, the United Arab Emirates has also paused its humanitarian aid efforts through a maritime corridor from Cyprus to Gaza. Now, according to reports, the United Arab Emirates is awaiting further safety guarantees from the State of Israel and a full investigation into the deaths of the aid workers in the Gaza Strip, and more security guarantees at this moment are still not forthcoming from Israel. And our correspondent Jody Cohen has been tracking this story pretty closely for us from Ra'anana in Israel, has sent us this report. Isn't it?
Right, so Prime Minister Netanyahu called it a tragic incident and said that Israel will do everything to ensure that this sort of thing doesn't happen again. President Herzog apologised to the World Central Kitchen founder Jose Andres, and the IDF Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi said that this was an unintentional and grave mistake that followed misidentification at night during a war and in very complex conditions, and said that the work of the WCK is critical. Now, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that Israel needs to do more to protect aid workers. Halevi said that there's an independent investigation that's taking place and that will report in the coming days, and said that the IDF will implement the findings immediately and that the IDF has established a new humanitarian command centre to improve aid coordination and protection for aid workers.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.